today Nigeria plays Ghana in Kumasi. I saw the Nigerian team arrive yesterday. There was even no ladder, better ladder to bring them down from the plane. They were jumping. Some people say that's the psychological warfare the Ghanaians are bringing. Some say at the plane that took Nigeria to Kumasi was too big. The airport in Kumasi does not have that kind of ladder. I don't forget what they call it in aviation terms. That now the carriage that now bring here. But whatever it is, we know the Ghanaians are playing mind games. That could be part of it. I look at the Nigerian team. I think that mind games should not affect this team. I am worried about the talent of the coaching crew to deliver it, but I look at the players and I think it will happen. And this culminating what I saw last night. Yesterday was one of the most important football matches I've seen in my life. Was between Italy and North Macedonia yesterday. So Bill Shankly, the Liverpool legend, had said in the quote, the famous quote, that some people think that football is like life and death. That is more than that. It's really more than that. What I saw in that game yesterday between Italy and North Macedonia was more than life and death. In the end, Italy, the champions of Europe, were knocked out by you need to know the number of people in North Macedonia, a very small country, on that side of Europe, but they were determined. The Italians took this game to Palermo. Palermo is like the spiritual soul of Italian football because they wanted the fans there to cheer them to victory. A small stadium packed full with thousands of Italians. At the beginning of the match, you just can't take your eyes off it. It was action from beginning to the end.
To the end.
In the 92nd minute, the Italians were already preparing their mind to go to extra time. One player, Alexander Trachowski, just picks up the ball. A mistake around the midfielders immediately there. He whooped in a shot and he scored. And that was how the North Macedonians knocked out massive, big Italy, champions of Europe. The most significant thing of that goal was that Alexander Trachowski used to play for Palermo in that stadium. That was where he played most matches of his football career, over 100 games in that stadium. So you can see how jolted the Italians were. Trachowski became like their nemesis, a player who was honed and grew up in that romantic city of Palermo. Italians are just crying like babies throughout. I think their coach Mancini will have to train the tower today. He has not been able to qualify. 2 World Cups now they have not gone. I don't want that to happen to Nigeria today, therefore. So we'll watch that Nigeria match today. Is the first leg. The second leg is later next week. But I'm apprehensive already. But I think that with the team we can make this happen.
Okay. So we're gonna have to start with the Punch. So what's that? Yeah. Okay, we're starting with the Punch newspapers this morning. APC convention. Buhari battles last-minute crisis. Summons governors. Chairmanship aspirants fail to agree. Page 2, that's what the story is this morning. But quite a host of riders beneath it. Tinubu ex-governor Akonde meets president in Villa over Omishore's choice as secretary. Another one, ruling party bars political appointees from Saturday's national convention. Page 2, that's where you get the story. Let's start right away.
Yesterday was a packed day. Even President Buhari, I'm sure after yesterday evening, say, I don't tire. He had meetings upon meetings yesterday. And all of these meetings were poised to make sure they have a successful national convention. Yes, he met with the APC governors, he met with the National Assembly caucus, the leadership of the National Assembly, and he also later at night met with the founders of the APC. And in that picture, I saw people I haven't seen in a while. Aliu Makatagada Wamako, the former governor of Sokoto.
Yeah, simply put, Aliu Wamako.
Yeah, Aliu Wamako. I've called it name. I forgot that I was a member of the APC. He's a founder. He was there. The former Kano State Governor Ibrahim Shekara was also in that photo op with the president. I said, these are really the founders of the APC as it were, the 2014. These were the principles, the small unions that came together, some from the UPDP, some from the ANPP, some from the CPC, and there was a small section of ABGA that came together and joined to become APC. So the president met this leadership. Bola Tinubu, of course, was the BC Akonde, to, I think, final meeting ahead of the convention at the Eagle Square tomorrow. But there were a lot of issues earlier in the day, like the national chairmanship position. I think at the end of the day, President Buhari said to them, you don't have a choice in this matter. We have agreed that we will not do voting is consensus. So let us adopt the candidate and let it be consensus. And then for the rest, let's have a unity list. And then for the people who have lost out, pay them their money for form back. That was the agreement. But elements in the party was unhappy. For instance, on TV yesterday, I saw 2 young men, party members, who were accusing the president of imposing. They said they did not think that an election should not take place. That how can the president settle for Adamu Abdullahi, a PDP member for 16 years, The nickname of Abdullahi Adamu, they call him Sarikin Mayan. In Hausa, it means
the mango merchant, right?
No,
is it the one?
not the mango
Okay,
merchant.
it's not the mango merchant.
That one is not politician anymore. This Sarikin Mayan in Hausa means the king of the wizards. That's how they refer to Abdullahi Adamu, former governor of Nasarawa State, who is about to become the chairman of the APC. A lot of people don't. If they say first, they complain about his age. He's 77, I think. They say he's uncompromising. There's too much of PDP in him. All of this were the accusations by some party members. But the president, I think, has made his choice clear. There was an incident where we saw Kayode Fayemi, chairman of the Governors Forum, saying that the president is on his own. He said effectively that the president cannot impose on his own. If the president wants to support the candidate, he should come to Igbo school and support him. He was on video. It's not even audio. So you say now that the mustard his voice. That is his body. Issues a statement early this morning.
I tried to flip it.
To deny, to flip it. And I said, what are these politicians? What are they having for breakfast? He wanted to flip that. That he didn't say so. He was trying to change the quote. And I said, there's a video footage, not to deny. He said it, that the president cannot impose. If the president wants to support the candidate, he should come to Edu Square. As in their party, they impose. This is the governor of Ekiti State, chairman of the Governors Forum, who was at the meeting where the president made it clear that they are going by consensus. In fact, the states now, the zones, all have consensus lists. Now I've seen that of South-South. The South-South consensus list is out, signed by the leaders of the party in the South-South, Rotimi Amechi, Adams Oshomole, Kenny Masro for Edo. All of them have signed. For Delta, it was Ovioma Agege. They have adopted their list. Dr. Betty Edu, the former, I think she was commissioner in Cross River State, who criticized NSAS and assaulted the APC government. She's the national woman leader adopted, by her zone, the South-South. So the consensus agreement, I think, is already in place. Most of the party people have agreed. The ones who are complaining are in the minority. And like one party member says yesterday, this is democracy at work. The majority will have their way. The majority can as well have their say. So there are a lot of issues will play out in the days before that convention tomorrow. I expect to see more.
We can't wait to hear and see more of it. I am Tambora, Bauchi Governor Presidential Forums. Consult on consensus, page 2. That's where the story is this morning. Page 2 of the Punch newspapers.
For the PDP, like the APC, this is another one. But you can see that in the PDP there's a waiting game, and it appears like that some people have seen the future, so they are purchasing operation from the fact that there's a waiting game. The waiting game is the zoning committee assigned to issue their report, present their report by Wednesday next week. But ahead of that, whatever the zoning committee will say, members of the party who are interested in running for president are already picking up forms. Aminu Tambuwa paid for his own yesterday. Ayim Paisahim has paid for his own. He has thrown his hat in the ring. Peter Obi Okutendigo yesterday announced that he will run. In fact, he went home to Agulu, his hometown in Anambra State, consulted with the elders of his community and informed them and made the announcement that he wants to run for president. The day before, he had attended the declaration of Atiku Abubakar. When he was asked that, are you not going to run? What are you doing here? He said he wants the politics of relationship. And Atiku Abubakar is his boss. He's invited him, he will come. And then I think Peter Obi is a gentleman politician. To have done that. Usually, I do not think we'll see Yemi Osinbajo at the declaration of Bola Tinubu. Do you think so?
Okay.
But here was Peter Obi at Atiku's declaration, and the next day he throws his own heart in the ring. Hope he's not competing for Atiku in advance. We hope so. But I like the fact that he wants him to declare. And that he's starting from there. Online, Peter Obi is Nigeria's favorite darling politician because he said he left 75 billion offer from Anambra. And then he's, to some extent austere. The real austere, not Buhari type of austere. The real austere is Peter Obi. So Nigeria's like, he's a darling online. But the elections are not one online. I've learned that one since 1999.
Very recently.
1999. It becomes clearer every day. Yeah. It's clearer today than it was yesterday. But since 1999, I knew that election.
Online. And the Nigerian Tribune this morning. We've talked about the PDP. Let's hear what is in store for the APC. APC convention consensus arrangement faces threat. we've actually talked about this. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. There's something.
You're not gonna mind that if you can hear it. Please just concentrate. We're trying to as well. So.
Yeah, I think everyone some messages will come back to most of the papers.
Yeah, let's read messages.
Okay.
Did you enjoy this video? Hit the subscribe button for more. Leave a comment and like. Thank you.